and I'm Chaga Gamage. First, let's take a look at the headlines for today. No room for racism in the country anymore. Incidents until now is history, emphasizes the President in Parliament. A Gazette notification to reduce prices of 350 medicines soon. Local industrialists get an opportunity to provide shoes for school children with a 1-year warranty. Fertilizer subsidy provided to all farmers in Polonnaruwa. 2 parcels suspected to be ice narcotic recovered from sea off Beruwala. A cache of Kush narcotic also recovered from a store in Colombo. A temporary respite from rains after tomorrow. Information regarding a terrible terrorist conspiracy uncovered during investigations of Delhi bomb blast.
Now for those and other stories in detail on your top story. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake says that there is no room for racism in the country and all the religions have rejected racism. The president stressed that the dramas of racism is now limited only to history. The president made these remarks joining the Budget Committee State debate in Parliament today. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake said that racial tendencies erupts from time to time in various facets. The defeated political forces has no positive slogan to continue their politics. Therefore, their last resort is to try racism. Thereby, the police should enforce law considering the elements of social unrest. The Ministry of Public Security has called a detailed report over the Trincomalee incident. Police have made a log following the Buddha statue was dispatched to the police station. According to police, the statue was brought to the police for further security. Otherwise, this could have become a dispute between the police and the racist groups. That is why the police reinstalled the Buddha statue and provided necessary security. A discussion was held at the district secretariat yesterday in this regard. The relevant factions say that they have an old deed and a license for the controversial land. Although it is mentioned as a Buddhist temple, it has not been utilized as a temple during the recent past, but a restaurant. There are illegal constructions in this place. Therefore, the Coastal Conservation Authority has ordered to remove them. Although the relevant monk has appealed against this order, the Ministry of Environment is in the stance to remove them. After a discussion between the police and the relevant parties, the Buddhist monk had requested a time of 1 week to consult the appeals court. The monk is allowed to go to appeal court before the 14th of this month. However, on the 16th, a group had set up a religious place in this location. There is a hidden story in this place. Although there was a block of land meant for a temple, but there was no practice at that place. There was a discussion at the district secretariat and relevant parties agreed to survey the land and hand over the portion belonging to Coastal Conservation Department and the rest to the temple. The court order has banned new constructions and not to remove the existing buildings until a further decision will be taken. Now the problem is over. In the meantime, racist groups have exploited this situation for their political agendas. The government is on firm stance not to allow any form of racism. Even the Buddhist community does not tolerate such moves. The other religious groups are also in the same stance. If anyone attempts to arouse the communalism again, the government will never allow such conspiracies. The racist groups have no future in the country. These groups should realize that the government's political agenda is not based on racism. The government will achieve justice against crimes. There should be trust and confidence on the intelligence services. The government's responsibility is to make the intelligence services locally and internationally reputed entities. A top Navy officer has been charged with abducting 11 students and killing them. The Sri Lankan Navy played a huge role in ending the war. However, the offenders of the Navy of this abduction case should be identified and dealt with. The existing law to secure the reputation of the Sri Lankan Navy This incident should be investigated impartially and culprits should be brought to book. Even the Military Intelligence Service has also been accused of some arbitrary killings. Journalist Lasantha's murder took place in 2008. Now the investigations are being carried out after 17 years. The culprits should be revealed through proper investigations. The government is committed to such investigations with the sole aim of reinstating the relevant dignity and reputation for the armed forces and to make them accountable entities.
Meanwhile, the expenditure heads of the Ministry of Defence was debated at the committee stage today and passed by a majority of 92 votes with amendments. The expenditure heads of the Ministry of Public Security and Parliamentary Affairs was passed with majority of 92 votes. Several members of the Parliament expressed their views over the budget proposals in Parliament.
Parliamentarian Nalin Bandara said that the President has said that police officers are tempted to involve in fraud and corruption since their salaries are rather low. The President made an election pledge to prepare a separate salary scale for police officers. When will it be realized? There is no provision included in this budget in this regard. Minister Anand Vijaypala said that the Cabinet has granted approval to prepare a separate salary structure for police officers. A committee has also been appointed in this connection. Once the committee recommendations are completed, it is expected to be implemented in 2026. Required funds have also been allocated for this purpose. However, there is a shortage of 28,000 police officers in the department. Out of them, interviews are being held to recruit 5,000 officers next year. A committee headed by Prime Minister has given approval for this matter. By January, measures will be taken to recruit 10,000 members of Civil Defence Department into police. 150 attorneys at law will also be recruited in future. Red notices have been issued against underworld leaders. 80 more such persons will be brought back to the country. Measures are underway at present at diplomatic level for this purpose. The minister said following the interrogations of several on the case, many more politicians who had connections with the criminals have been disclosed. Police will not be utilized for political activities like in the previous regimes.
පොලිස් දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව දේශපාලන කටයුතු සඳහා යොදාගෙන නැහැ. කිසි ලෙසකින් යොදා ගන්න අදහසකුත් නැහැ. මේ කිසිම රණවීරයෙක්ට
Deputy Defence Minister Arunacha Sekara said that no pension or allowance is being paid for war heroes has been suspended. Special program has been arranged for the benefit of war heroes who are about to retire. Considering their professional skills, a program titled War Heroes Entrepreneur Abhiman will be implemented through 28 sectors in collaboration with numerous institutions.
සහකත්ව අමාත්‍යාංශයත් සමග එකතු වෙලා වෘත්තීය පුහුණු අධිකාරියත් සමග එකතු වෙලා ඒ කටයුතු කරන්න අපි විශේෂ වැඩපිළිවෙලක් යොදලා තියෙනවා. ආරක්ෂාව සම්බන්ධවත් අපි ඉතාමත් හොඳ දැනුමකින් බුද්ධියකින් අවශ්‍යතාවයකින් මේ කලාපයේ තියෙන ජාතික ආරක්ෂාව කරුණු සැලකිල්ලටගෙන අපි කටයුතු කරනවා. කුඩු සම්බන්ධයෙන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් ගැන කතා කරොත් එහෙම ඉස්සරෝම ගහගෙන ආවා.
Parliamentarian Sujiva Senasinghe said that the government said there are politicians connected to drug smuggling. However, when such rackets are raided, names of the relevant politicians are not revealed. However, there are 6 NPP politicians who are connected with drug deals at present. A circular has been issued by the IGP banning the disclosure of such names. Deputy Minister Sunil Watagala said that the government or the president or the ruling party has not attempted to hide anything related to drug smuggling. Demand of the general public is to implement the law equally to all.
මේ රටේ ජනතාව ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරපු එකම ප්‍රාර්ථනාව නීතිය සමට එකයි. ඒ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරපු ජනවරමට අනුව අපි වැඩ කරගෙන යනවා. අපි ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා පොලිසිය පරාමති.
Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa said that he is grateful to the Minister of Public Security, although some elements attempted to politicize the raids against narcotics, now that it is gradually revealing that which political party supports the drug smugglers. Minister Anand Vijaypala said that connections between the opposition and the underworld have been revealed at present. A special investigation is being conducted in this connection. It is a well-known fact that during the past regimes, when a politician is caught up with narcotics, then President came to defend the culprit. The NPP acts on behalf of the general public and conducts the investigations impartially. Now, 2 parcels suspected to be ice narcotic have been recovered floating in the sea of Beruwala containing nearly 100 kilograms of narcotic by the Kalathura Divisional Crime Investigations Unit. It was brought to the island and found 41 packets of narcotic in the 2 parcels. The stock of narcotics has been handed over to the Police Anti-Narcotics Bureau. Police have taken into custody a huge parcel suspected to be heroin narcotics nearby the Coast Guard watch cabin of the Benthara coastal area in the early morning today. A stock of Kush narcotic valued about 113.6 million rupees was recovered today inside the stores to house abandoned baggages and articles by the air passengers confiscated by the customs officials located at Colombo Harbour of the Kattanaki International Airport. It has been identified that the baggage was abandoned by a passenger reaching Kattanaki International Airport from Bangkok, Thailand on the 17th of March last year at the arrival terminal of the airport. Colombo High Court today sentenced life imprisonment to a woman who has proven guilty for processing over 42 grams of heroin and selling them. This verdict was issued by Colombo High Court Judge Manjula Tilakaratna after a lengthy hearing. Police have disclosed a racket of injecting narcotics into customers at the Siapat 7 housing complex in the Dematagoda Police Division. Police stated that several suspects connected to the racket have been taken into custody following a raid.
The Colombo Magistrates Court ordered today to take up the hearing of the complaint against parliamentarian Chamara Sampath Dasanayake, who has been alleged of corruption during his tenure as the Chief Minister of Uva Provincial Council on the 20th of January.
The complaint was taken up for hearing in the presence of Colombo Chief Magistrate Asanka S. Bodragama. The Bribery Commission informed the court that concerned investigations have been completed. Accordingly, the Commission requested the court to announce a date for future steps to be taken regarding the case. Chamara Sampath Dasanayake, in his capacity as the Chief Minister of Uva Provincial Council in 2016, had requested sponsorship from the National Savings Bank to provide school bags to preschool children of the province. The Bribery Commission has filed this complaint alleging him of committing a loss of more than 17.3 million rupees to the Provincial Council by withdrawing 6 fixed deposits of the Provincial Council before maturity after the bank rejected his request. The Colombo High Court ordered today to hear the case on the 20th of January filed against 3 defendants, including former Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka, of causing a fatal vehicle accident at Rajagiri area in 2016 and hiding witnesses in this regard. The Deputy Solicitor General, appearing on behalf of the complaint, informed the court that the Supreme Court had issued an order to initiate examination of evidence of the case. The judge also ordered to issue notices for the concerned witnesses to appear before the court on the 20th of January. Now, the Cabinet spokesman, Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, says that the Gazette notification regarding the reduction of the prices of 350 medicines will be issued without delay. He made these remarks at the Cabinet media briefing held today. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa stressed that within a few months, registration of all medicine will be conducted according to a price formula. The people will be able to know the reduced prices accordingly. The minister added that steps will be taken to improve the facilities of doctors compared to the economic improvement of the country. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa added that the Association of Medical Specialists had a meeting with the President today. All possible facilities will be provided to retain the specialists who intend to leave Sri Lanka, considering the economic growth in the country. Vehicle permits were also issued to them on earlier occasions, and further possible benefits will also be provided. Rendering of services has been eased with the availability of buildings and medical facilities, he added. A sum of 500 to 800 million rupees was spent to purchase equipment and machinery for the purpose. In addition, all possible facilities will be provided for them to lead a comfortable life and will be enhanced as per the economic condition in the future.
ප්‍රවාහන පාසුකම් ප්‍රවාහන දීමනා තවත් අමතර දීමනා හැකි පමණින් ලබා දීමට අපි කටයුතු කරනවා ඉදිරියේදී ආර්ථිකය වර්ධනය වීමත් එක්ක. ඉතින් මේ තත්ත්වය තීරුම් අරගෙන බොහොම බුද්ධිමත්ව රට නගා සිටීම සඳහා රාජ්‍යයත් එක්ක එක පෙළට හිටගෙන කටයුතු කරයි කියන දැඩි විශ්වාසයක් අපි තුල තියෙනවා.
Cabinet, it has also been mentioned that no government bungalow has been provided to any politician. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jayatisa said that there were 32 government bungalows used by the previous governments. They have not been allotted to ministers, deputy ministers or parliamentarians. 6 out of them have been provided to the Ministry of Justice on a temporary lease basis. Another 4 to the Police Department, 1 to the CID and another 1 to the Bribery Commission, he added.
Polonnaruwa District Agrarian Services Balamandalia says that all farmers in the district have been provided with fertilizer subsidy. This is the first time in history the fertilizer subsidy given to all farmers at the very beginning of their cultivation activities. Water was released for the cultivation of the 2025-2026 Maha season on the 1st of this month. At the very initiation of cultivation activities for Maha season, relevant financial provisions of the fertilizer subsidy have been credited to the bank accounts of the farmers. Representative of the farmer community says that nearly 69,000 hectares of lands in the Polonnaruwa district will be cultivated with paddy during the upcoming Maha season. Nearly 55,000 farming families contribute to achieve this target. Some individuals alleged to be farmer community leaders say through media that they have not yet received fertilizer subsidy. However, out of the 55,000 farming families in the district, 40,000 families have already received the subsidy. The rest will be provided within this week.
The governments of Sri Lanka and Denmark have reached an agreement regarding the restructuring of foreign debt. The amount of estimated restructured loan will be around $39 million. It has been agreed by the government of Denmark to provide a loan concession step by the restructuring of loan arrears after the bilateral discussions and to finalize the memorandum of understanding with the Committee of Officials Debtors. Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Dr. Harshna Surya Peruma, on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka, and Lars Lokhe Ramusin, Minister of Foreign Affairs, on behalf of the government of Denmark, signed agreement. According to the Department of Meteorology, there is a high possibility of thunder showers along with strong lightning in northern, western, southern and Sabaragama provinces. The department informs the public to be on alert and to take steps in order to minimize casualties due to lightning. The prevailing rainy weather condition is expected to recede after tomorrow. The Met Department added that due to the effect of the low pressure zone, certain places of the island will receive rains of more than 100 millimeters today as well. Director Forecast of the Department of Meteorology, Meryl Mendes, said that the low pressure area located around the island gradually moving away from the island. Therefore, showery weather condition over the island is likely to temporarily reduce from tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Several spells of showers will occur in northern, north central and eastern provinces. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamu, southern and Uva provinces and in Nuwara district after 1 p.m. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places in Sabaragamu, southern and Uva provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in Sabaragamu. Dadru Oya in a spate of due to incessant rains around Dadru Oya catchment areas. Dadru Oya had reached spill level by this morning and by noon. 4 sluice gates are open by 4 feet each and another 2 sluice gates by 2 feet each. A volume of water of 11,150 cubic feet per second is released. The water level of the lagoon has risen with the continuous rains prevailing in Batiklo district. According to our correspondent, roads in the Batiklo municipal areas are inundated. Incessant rains are being experienced in a number of areas in Vaunia. Around 200 acres of cultivated paddy lands have been inundated due to this effect.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that education is a collective process of sharing knowledge and has the ability to unite people politically, socially and economically. She made these remarks while addressing the Erasmus conference held today in Colombo. The Erasmus program, funded by the European Union, is a leading initiative for international cooperation in the fields of education, training, youth and sports. Its objectives include promoting mobility between countries, intellectual exchange, capacity building and policy development. The conference will be held from today to the 20th of this month in Colombo.
Education opens our minds. gives us the tools and the skills we need to shape our future. And when we support universities to innovate, when we enable students and teachers to experience different systems and ideas, we are strengthening the capacity of our societies to imagine, to create, to compete and innovate. When we invest in education, we are investing in opportunities. And in a global environment that is becoming more and more defined by competition rather than cooperation, it is these opportunities, the skills, the knowledge, the creativity, that will determine whether a country can succeed or not. Therefore, education is not only a social service, it's a strategic asset for any country.
I think particularly when we think about how education is designed today, and I'm thinking of the changes that we are seeking to make in Sri Lanka to shift from this extremely competitive, exam-focused education structure to a more collaborative, shared understanding of what education means, of what achievements in education means, and of the ultimate goal of education, and to start making that shift in the classroom itself, where we encourage more collaborative learning, sharing, a sense of responsibility towards each other, towards the world.
Well, Minister of Education has decided to provide an opportunity for local shoe manufacturers to supply shoe for school students with a 1-year warranty. Well, concerns were raised for this matter at a discussion held in the Parliament Committee Hall recently. This is scheduled to be implemented as a joint project by the Minister of Education and Minister of Industrial Development. Schools less than 250 students, estate schools with 250 to 500 students, schools with students of special needs and parents are entitled for this benefit. Sri Lanka Textile and Apparel Institutes inspect the standard of these shoes. Only the registered local manufacturers under the Ministry of Industrial Development will have this opportunity. As a pilot project, eligible schools in the western and southern provinces have been selected, and it will be implemented in other provinces as well, following a feasibility study. This discussion was held under the patronage of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya and Minister Sunil Handunetti.
The Cabinet has approved the draft bill to repeal the Parliament Pensions Act. The policy approval of the Cabinet was granted on the 16th of June last to repeal the Parliament's Pensions Act number 1 of 1971 of the National Assembly. Accordingly, the Attorney General's clearance has been given for the new draft bill. Minister Harshananayakara later presented the concerned proposal to be presented in Parliament for approval and also for a government gazette notification. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathis emphasized that a mandate has been given to the government to repeal the unnecessary privileges enjoyed by presidents to repeal the pension of parliamentarians. Pension allowances already granted will not be recovered, but henceforth it has been decided to abolish it. An urgent program to provide residential facilities to prison officers has been given the green light by the Cabinet of Ministers for its implementation. It is also expected to modernize the existing residential areas and construct residential facilities at spacious locations. This proposal also has been presented by Minister Harshananayakara. The Cabinet has approved a proposal to implement new projects in order to raise the health condition of the public. The proposal was presented by Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathis. Accordingly, as per the budget of 2026, projects already being implemented at present in the health sector included in the government investment program, and a number of new projects to be included in it. The government has taken steps to procure the green gram harvest of the intermediate season of 2025, allowing the government to provide a justifiable price to the farmers for their products. The proposal presented to the Cabinet by Minister K.D. Lalkantha in order to provide necessary grants to purchase the green gram harvest at a competitive rate with the private sector, further expanding the program, has been approved. The proposal presented by Minister Bimal Ratnayake for the recommencement of construction of 74 rural bridges has been approved by the Cabinet. These bridges will be reconstructed by the State Development and Construction Corporation shortly.
Chitra Kumari Kalubowela Patha Piruma, a former director of Sinhala Commercial Services of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation and a senior radio artist, has passed away at the age of 68. The body will be kept at Mahinda Panagada Flores, Koswatha until Friday. The voice of Chitra Kumari Kalubowela is not unknown even to a non-regular listener of the national radio. She started her professional career from the program Lama Pitia of radio and entered her professional media life as a relief announcer in 1979. From then onwards, she has displayed her talents as a dramatist, dubbing artist, studio announcer and a newsreader, winning of the Best News Presenters Award for 3 consecutive years at the State Radio Awards ceremony is a shining example of her being versatile. During the 30 years of war, she risked her life to do reporting from Nallur Kovil Jaffna regarding the war front, marking an indelible milestone in her media career of nearly 5 decades. Chitra Kumari Kalubovila, with her enchanting voice and elegant presentation, retired from the national radio as the director of Sinhala Commercial Service. She was ailing for some time and was under treatment in hospital until her passing away. She will be remembered as a versatile radio artist by millions of listeners and will be immortal in their hearts.
Badegama police have found the motorcycle which is suspected to be used by killers of the murder of a woman at Mediagoda area yesterday. The motorcycle was found abandoned close to the Ambegama Ambalama along with the Batapola Badegama road. Police suspect that the killers had dropped the motorbike there and fled towards Badegama crossing Alutwala and Mediagoda. 2 unidentified persons on a motorcycle had shot at the female cashier in a restaurant yesterday at Kiryalagahavela in Mediagoda police area and fled the area. The victim was fatally injured and succumbed to injuries following admission to the Balapitiya hospital. She has been identified as Mahadura Rozika Samin and 48-year-old resident of the Mediagoda area. It has been revealed that the victim is a sister of Mahadura Nalin in Mediagoda who was murdered earlier. Police have found 3 empty 9mm ammunitions.
Tea Small Holdings Development Authority says that the target of 300 million kilos of tea leaves can be achieved by this year 2030. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka has received the chairmanship of Asian Tea Organization. A media briefing on this issue was held in Colombo yesterday. The Asian International Summit is to be held at the Lotus Pond Theatre on the 27th of this month. Representatives from China, Russia, India and many other countries are scheduled to take part in this summit. Convener of the Asian Tea Organization, Dr. Shatadru Chattopadhyay, participating in the media briefing through Zoom technology, said this summit will become a strong forum to solve the problems faced by the tea industry in the Asian region. Chairman of the Tea Small Holding Development Authority, Nimal Udugampala, also expressed views at the media briefing. Chairman Tea Small Holding Development Authority, Nimal Udugampala, said that the tea small holding sector in Sri Lanka plays a huge role in the tea production. 75% of the fresh tea leaves are from the tea small holders. Having the chairmanship of the Asian Tea Forum is a vast opportunity for the development of tea industry in Sri Lanka. The government also achieved huge tasks in this connection. It has given targets to manufacture 400 million kilos of tea by the year 2030. Out of the target, 75% is achieved by the tea smallholders.
We'll be back with foreign news after this break. Now, a conspiracy has reportedly been uncovered during investigations into the recent bomb blast that occurred in New Delhi, India. This revelation comes following 2 major arrests made within the past 48 hours. 2 associates of the primary suspect, Omar Nabi, connected to the recent bomb explosion near the Red Fort in New Delhi, have been taken into custody by the Indian Anti-Terrorism Agency. It is reported that a resident of the Jammu Kashmir region named Jazir Bilal Wani has also been arrested on charges of providing technical assistance for the bombing. Investigations have so far revealed that these suspects had planned to carry out rocket-based bomb attacks targeting New Delhi and other high-security zones. Officials have indicated that following those attacks, they had also planned to execute car bomb strikes. The National Investigation Agency of India mentioned that the attackers had been attempting to upgrade drone technology in order to develop a rocket-propelled explosive delivery system. The agency further noted that the suspects' aim was to modify drones to launch rocket-type bombs and apparatus widely used by terrorist groups such as Hamas and ISIS, which could cause mass casualties and widespread panic. It has also been revealed that the suspects sought the assistance of several technical experts to operationalize their conspiracy. The Tri-Nation T20 cricket tournament with the participation of Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Zimbabwe teams commenced today.
The first match between Pakistan and Zimbabwe is being played at Rawalpindi National Cricket Stadium. Meanwhile, Dasun Shanaka has been entrusted with the captaincy of Sri Lanka team in the Tri-Nation series. According to Sri Lanka cricket captain Charita Zalanka and medium pacer Asita Fernando, who participated in the ODI tournament with Pakistan, will return to the island due to illness. Pawan Ratnayaka has been included in the team, while vice-captain Dasun Shanaka will lead the team in the triangular series. Young spinner Vijaykanth Virskan has taken the place of spinner Vanidu Hasaranga, who is down with a leg injury and yet to recover. Virskan is at present representing the Sri Lankan team in the Emerging Asian Cricket Tournament being held in Qatar. According to Sri Lanka cricket, Virskan will leave for Pakistan to participate in the Tri-Nation series. Sri Lanka will play against Zimbabwe on the 20th of this month in their first match of the tournament. They will play against Pakistan on the 22nd The finals of the tournament were played on the 29th of this month. All matches of the tournament were played at Rawalpindi. The Under-15 Prima Cup Sri Lanka Youth League Cricket Tournament will commence tomorrow. A media briefing to raise awareness regarding the tournament was held in Colombo yesterday. The tournament, organised for the 18th time this year, includes 5 teams. The finals will be played on the 28th of this month.
And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel I. I'm Delanjali, together with Shagin, signing off. Good night.
Good night.